Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Cult for episode 234 of On the Backs of Gods. I am your DM, Jillian. We have our players here today. Same as always, we have Kyle, Matt, Katie, Josh, and Greg. Uh, I think we can jump into a little recap and then get back into things. You guys are currently in Skull City. Self explanatory, it's a city inside of a skull. Really, really big one. Right at the top. Uh, you guys may have caused a slight kerfuffle in Skull City. Um, some of it good, maybe some of it not. Um, some of it involved maybe killing some civilians. Were those civilians just casually walking around on the sidewalk? No. Were they like manning ballista? Yes. But also they were in their house. So, it's really up in the air on the morals of all of it. No, it's none of my business anymore. It was up to the courts, and you guys got that figured out. And you brought all those people back to life. So the people are brought back to life. You guys go have your day in court. You
And
get
we
a
fixed the prison.
lawyer. You fix the wall of the prison, the very minimal thing that I guess you guys needed to do compared to, that there were murders. But the murders fixed, the wall fixed, all of them fixed, but I would say like nothing perfect, right? Like the wall is definitely not what it once was, and the people are not what they once were. But there is a wall and there are people. So take from that as you will. You go have your day in court. Uh, as Fen is the one who confessed to all these murders, and rightfully so, as I think he was the one who sniped all of them by running around the wall, corkscrew style, and just like taking people out, easy peasy. Uh, but you guys go, and after talking to a lawyer, um, take the time to be like, "Hi, this is why we think Fen's a good person and shouldn't go to jail." Um, and at the end of it, the chief, who is, I guess, judge, jury, executioner on this one, uh, was basically like, um, because you all saved the city, possibly preventing a civil war, that laid heavily in your favor. And the fact that the people were no longer dead, and that, like, uh, there were letters from these people being like, "Yay, we're not dead," and there was proof of all of this. Eventually, the chief decided that you know you owe us money, and do anything bad again, it's gonna pop off. Was basically the vibe. That money and power can only get you so far in Skull City seems to be the implication. Uh, So you guys have a week. This is a timeline I think you set for yourselves, or 3 days. You guys set like a really short timeline. You guys are gonna. I'm not worried. Uh, you guys are gonna have to pay back a large sum of money, um, uh, and that money will be used to embolden the city and possibly the people that you hurt. But Fen is a free man. Um, you guys got out of there pretty easy. I would say akin to like just a pretty solid slap on the wrist. Not a light one, but like a solid slap on the wrist, monetarily. And it is morning. You are in Skull City and you are all free. What do you do with your day? What's up?
Well, we ended up at Bone Spur to celebrate
Oh, right.
getting.
You guys are at
Yeah,
Bone Spur.
that's right.
Okay.
Early
Early
in the
morning
morning.
Bone Spur. Yeah, you guys are at
Hmm.
Bone
Because we
Spur in the
needed to check
morning.
on the knitting job
Wow, we need to get
vis-a-vis.
Goose's sweater.
Yes.
Yeah, he's totally not there yet. It's you guys in Bone Spur.
We can get bone
Um,
brunch.
it's mostly because they don't seem to lock the door. You guys just came in. Uh, so you guys are just at Bone Spur.
So we're just helping ourselves.
Yeah, you guys are welcome to put money on the counter, but
It's a
you're definitely
self-serve.
like taking care of yourselves here.
Hmm.
At
I'm not
least until
certain if this is
noon.
supposed to be self-serve, but so long as we leave money on the counter.
Roshan knows how
And
to
don't leave a
mess
mess.
up.
Right. Clean up after ourselves. Yes, of course. We
Leaves
certainly
the
do not
tap
want to
open
get...
on the alchemy jug. Honey leaks everywhere.
Oh,
No.
no.
What a nightmare.
We cannot get on the bad side of this place's stuff. They know people.
They do.
At any rate. So, what are we planning to do in order to get all of this money acquired in the next few days?
Well, I was hoping that we could perhaps do the same route as the incense and unguents,
Mhm.
and hit up the same towns to trade gems for gold.
We could spread out across more establishments and hopefully we'll have not
Hey, I'm going to give you
exhausted.
guys this little kindness. You're going to definitely want to do the other side of the continent. You guys expended the resources of those motherfuckers.
Oh, jeez.
So, which makes it a
Well,
closer and easier job. But
I...
the left side of
Mm.
this half of the continent is
Mm.
kind of tapped out. You could probably get some of the
Um.
money, but I would say not all of it.
Mm.
From these people have had a day, 2 days to replenish their stores. So you guys can do it. You just can't do it in the same spots.
Broke the economy. Gems are
Yeah, you
valueless
guys
now at this point.
destroyed the economy over there. And you can do it over here too.
We go back, everyone's in rhinestones. Just
No, there's
Yeah.
so much
gems.
jewelry
Everybody's
out there.
bedazzled.
The gem economy is fucked. Gems mean nothing now.
I want to roll gems again. I want to draw the gem card.
Hey, listen, open the box and you guys can have as many gems as you want, maybe. You just gotta get the box open.
Listen.
I got the
Roshan
cards right
could work
here.
on that.
Hmm?
But I think
I'm ready all day, every day.
Oh,
Just tell me
right.
when.
put that away.
Call
Oh, yeah.
Loki for me, Roshan. I want to open the box.
I was hoping we could speak somewhere before we left, somewhere a little more private, if you all wouldn't mind.
Certainly. Well, more
Sure.
private than an abandoned establishment where we're serving ourselves?
Uh,
I'll understand if you'd like more security than that, since the door doesn't seem to lock, but...
well, we're not alone. There are the bartender is sleeping off a hangover behind the bar.
Oh,
I
is
just-
that what that noise was?
I just would rather not be in public.
Perfectly understandable. Right. No trouble. Okay.
And I guess Roshan would go outside to one side of the building that this is in and summon a new door on the side of it. A new door to Worry's End. I think the interior has turned back into big central hearth with lots of comfy seating and surfaces around it rather than spooky abandoned carnival.
Oh, good.
Much better.
More cozy.
And-
You like this.
I think we should keep it this way.
Mm.
Well, I just thought maybe it would be fun the other way, but apparently not.
It wound up being a little bit uncanny, I think. It's more the medium, you understand. The execution was not bad. It just wound up being a bit unnerving in practice.
Maybe if you added like sound to it, if you could make the ambiance
Right.
better.
Sound does tend to help a lot.
You can experiment. Carnival room.
Oh no, Calliope music just echoing out of the door. Terrible, I hate it.
I think Roshan looks distant while everyone is discussing that, but then does a little bit of a guilty look at Nyx before addressing the group again and says, I'm I'm quickly running out of options. My sister is dying, and she needs me to be ready to assist her when it's time. And I need to increase my own power, and I'm not ready for that. In addition, uh, and he looks guilty when he says this. I think I think I need to liberate Odin from my shadow, and I think he's going to fight. And the last two times, well, Keld lost a hand, and things didn't go well with Gulveg either.
Hmm.
The flame was Gulvig's rage, and other things besides. So, perhaps we can't expect quite the ferocity of Fenris Wolf, or
What
the
can we
flame,
expect
but
from Odin?
tales say tricks.
Can't imagine we can expect anything good, but can do our best to be more prepared for it than any of the other instances.
At least know it's gonna happen.
I've spoken with Odin, and if we have to get rid of him, then he will fight.
Hmm.
Does he know your thoughts? Does he see us right now? Can he hear us?
Probably.
Makes things more difficult.
Keld
Is there-
pensively blows bubbles from his pipe.
Is there nothing... No angle to this that might be, perhaps, to Odin's advantage, to go through with separating off?
It'd probably be better if Odin stuck around and was a force to keep things in line and act with the wisdom of ages, but I don't think the keeper will allow it.
And more so, I think it's worth questioning, in line with what? With whose will? With whose intentions? To what end?
I'm not saying we should oust Odin because I don't trust him. I'm saying this because I don't see another way around it. And I think wondering about how he could betray us is only going to lead us further down a path of figuring out how he could, and that happening.
Right.
I was hoping that if you would all go today to pay off debts, maybe I could speak with my sister, and I know she performed some kind of ritual to increase her power, and perhaps I need to do that as well so that I can be ready when the ritual is ready.
Right.
And then I think Roshan looks like he's going to elucidate something else, but just keeps it to himself.
Well, Roshan, there are a few things. Fen is sketching on a sheet of paper, just with a piece of charcoal. A few things. Whatever your sister's done to increase her power doesn't seem to have increased her power at all. It seems to have made her very unhealthy.
It seems to be, it is increasing her strength at all, it's purely magical and at the cost of her physical body.
Additionally, we keep saying this is Odin, but this is just a shade of Odin, is it not? It's not the Odin himself in full.
If it follows the pattern with the other shades we've seen, Fenris Wolf, only a shade thereof. The
Maybe
flame.
it could be one day, but it's not there
Who's-
yet, right?
Who's to
No, it's
say
a
it has?
fragment.
Who's to say that the fragments that it is include Odin's wisdom whatsoever? It might just include his ambition, the worst parts of him. And Fen will slide a drawing of Gungnir across the table for everybody to see.
Hmm.
I think Roshan looks at it, but then looks away. Cheeks getting red.
Do you think that it's an accident that this spear happens to be here while we're debating this particular shade's fate?
I don't think it is. It's an easy way out, but I don't know how not to cause destruction, and I don't. We just worked so hard on keeping Sindri alive. I don't want to go in there and betray this.
It might be the only way to sever that from you at all. And if we do
Required an awful
end
lot
up,
of power last time.
if we do end up in a fight against some shade of Odin, it cannot happen here. It needs to be in the most remote and desolate place that we can think of, not in the middle of Tyr's skull.
Are you suggesting we need the spear to deal with this?
I'm suggesting that if there's something that can kill a god, or a fragment of a god, a spear specifically made to do so is probably a good weapon to have.
Remember the giant battery we had to use to just pry Fenris Wolf's shade off long enough for us to do something?
Perhaps
It's
the place
difficult.
that the spear came from would be the place to do this.
I'd not be able to go there yet. I need to
Can you
sort
not
out.
return to Galunda, or can you not return to the west whatsoever?
I recall when we tried to windwalk across the bridge, I was stopped. Oh, no, it wasn't windwalking. It was.
Teleportation.
It was teleportation.
And
The
that was straight
teleport
into
failed.
town.
It was straight into town, to be fair, but it felt like. I don't know. I had the impression it stopped
And that'd
about
be-
the point of the bridge.
Be easy enough to check. I could always open a tree not in the middle of town there.
Outside town or
Like
something?
go there and then leave the town and see what happens.
All right.
I think we're a step ahead of ourselves.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either way,
I-
if I'm able to join you, then I don't disagree with Fenn's logic. I think perhaps the middle of the Valley of Odin is the most desolate and least populated place, barring very few and far between communities. We could probably find a good desolate stretch that would harm no one, no matter how we quarreled.
Mm,
That's assuming we can. That assuming that Sindri trusts us enough to let us borrow it, and I'm seeking other options because I don't think that's the case.
I understand. Whatever you can find, whatever alternatives, let us know, but
I'm curious to hear
Mm-hmm.
what your thoughts are, Sean.
My thoughts on what?
You say you're considering other options, other ways.
We've come across some weapons, some magical items of extraordinary power.
Mm-hmm.
It's an option. I don't know if it would be enough. And the only other thing I can think of is asking my sister. But I wanted to tell you before before splitting, just in case anyone had a good idea. But I think if it's okay, I'll stay here in Skull City and meet with my sister. I need to speak with her. If
let us know, whatever you find out from her. If there's anything we can do while we're out on our errands, if there's anything we could bring, let us know.
Sure. A single spiritual cricket chirps in the background.
The ambience, it's
Suppose we
here.
should get this errand out of the
Oh,
way.
Right.
yeah. Roshan will reach into the bag, and I believe, yeah, so we have 34 gems left. And Roshan says these are each worth about 1,000 gold pieces apiece. You can accept a little less. We've got plenty.
Right.
You don't need to get rid of them all. A small sum of these will pay for Fenn's due. Our due, I suppose.
Right.
Are there any of them that are useful for anything other than their monetary value? Are there some we shouldn't sell?
No, the only ones, there were only 2 diamonds, and Keld has those. Otherwise, it's an assortment of gems that if somebody has a need of a specific gem for something, then it's probably here, but I don't know what you all need.
None of my spells are that involved. I don't believe Rex has need of any specific ones that I'm aware of.
And like I said, we don't need to get rid of them all.
Right.
Just enough to pay our due.
Right. Easy enough to do, I think. So long as we split this between us, I'm certain we can find enough across a good spread of cities. I think we'll have to take the other half of the east side of the continent, but easily done.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. Take care of yourself, Roshan, and say hi to your sister.
Will do.
And remember, you're not alone.
Thank you. I'll suppose I'll come back here and meet you if you make it back to the city tonight. And anyone who doesn't make it back, I'll reach out to tonight and we'll coordinate a pickup. And I think Roshan will head to the door and say, just make sure the door is closed when you leave.
Hmm.
And Roshan will head out to his sisters.
All right. Off and away we go for errands running.
You guys are heading out. Who is using their wind walk? Okay.
We'll, we'll all jump on that, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying which wind walk is being used. Are we using a spell slot or are we using a gem? A
The
bead.
Purbead. Who's the Purbead?
I don't think I even have Windwalk prepped.
Well, that works out then. Everybody who's going out, give me persuasion.
I will be adding Nana's bullshit.
15.
I got a nat 1, so that's a 0.
24.
23.
Okay, 3 of you have a
Sounds so
pretty
good,
okay
actually.
time going about selling gems.
It's like it's our second day.
Yeah.
Nyx accidentally goes by like 3 or 4 of the ones that we already went to, but she didn't go to those ones, so she doesn't know.
Nyx, why are you going to the other side of the continent when I specifically said you shouldn't do that? That's crazy of you.
Yeah. It always felt like
crazy.
traveling extra.
That's crazy behavior. I told you there's no money over there. You guys already gave them so many gems.
She actually just went to the casino in Invert and did
You just
not.
went and partied at Invert. You're like, this place has to have money for gems, and
It's
it
like,
seems
can I just
not.
gamble with gem to get money?
Yeah. Nyx, I would say you're like, and there went my wind walk. You are capable, I'm sure, of getting back to Skull City on your own, but you currently have not gotten your portion of the funds.
Guess you gotta gamble longer.
Hey, we could gamble for it. If you're like, I honestly can't find people to sell these to today, I could gamble.
She has 300 gold on her currently.
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to try turning it into the 1,000 she was supposed to acquire, 2,000 or however much. Just sticks the
Right.
gem back in her pocket. Okay.
I wish I could remember that game that we played before, but I don't remember how it worked. When we were hanging out with Russ 2 years ago or some shit.
I think it was like D4, D6, D8. We roll them like one at a time and decide if we stay in and adding up the totals. Something like that.
That sounds like a thing.
It feels like it was that.
I can work with that. Whether it was right or not, I can work with that. Let me scooch these guys out of my way.
I grabbed the correct
So-
dice.
So, Nyx, you going all in?
Yeah, sure, why not? We'll just throw all 300 in immediately.
Okay. You immediately people go like, holy shit, and like a lot of people I think back down immediately. But there is this this goblin woman wearing just, it is gems upon every finger, like long nails painted with beautiful design, hair like beautifully up and coiffed. This is a gorgeous goblin woman, and she is the only person sitting at this table with you. As she puts 300 gold down, and gives you a smile. We'll start with our D4.
Mm-hmm.
You staying in?
Yes.
You're like, I'm staying in no matter what, Jillian.
I'm not going to back down.
Okay, D6. She will stay in. D8. Okay. She's watching your face. And I think rapidly picks up on that it's almost like you're like, I'm not backing down. And she sees that and she's like, okay.
Never will.
Back down in hell. All right. D10.
Can't I find my D10s? There they are. Math is hard, okay, guys? Even though it's single digits I'm adding to this, usually it's
Oh,
hard.
I'm not doing the math until the end, so
Wow.
I
Well,
don't know
that
if that's
makes
my
more sense.
I don't know if that's my secret, but
The secret is I'm not doing math.
the
That
secret
makes
is I
more
refuse.
sense.
D12.
The secret is no.
I'm gonna have to look back at this because I don't think this is right, but this is how this place handles.
This is more dice than I think we did last time. But
Yeah, I think it's
it's
like you
something
get to
like this.
like you pick certain dice and they like had like modifiers to them or something. Like if you
Maybe.
roll a
We
smaller
played two
dice-
different games.
Yeah, we'll look into that one day. And then in your D20. Okay, I'm going to write my number down on a piece of paper.
Okay, I'm
So
gonna
you
read
guys,
the number as well.
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna allow you to say yours out loud, but I just don't want you guys to think that I'm doing any bullshittery. Because first off, I never would, but also just in case you're like Jillian and her bullshittery. Okay.
I'm gonna use a calculator. This is too much pressure, guys.
You got it, hon. You got this.
I was doing so good, and then Jillian said no, she wasn't adding hers up as she went, and I panicked.
I
How
have
did-
my number.
That can't be right. Oh, that's the same number twice. Okay.
You're making it sound like it's a very high number.
I didn't believe it.
I don't like that it seems like such a high number.
Well, I don't know what a high number would be when you roll all of these together.
You know what? Valid and fair. I think it's the D20 that really puts a lot of stank on it for this.
It did.
By all means, tell us your number.
I got a 45.
Okay.
I don't
Do
know
you
if
still
that's
have your
good.
dice laid out? Like what you got on each one? Or
It was that. I moved some of them out of the
then
way.
you don't have to worry about it. I was just seeing.
I only have a tiny little tray.
Okay, so you have 45?
45.
Okay.
I know it was an 18 on the D20. You can tell you that for sure.
That's very helpful.
Yeah.
As I said, the D20 could make it or break it. Let's see.
So blue pink. Oh. We did it, guys.
You have 600 gold to your name now. And you need, I
Hell
believe,
yeah.
Again.
2,000.
Again. Double or nothing.
I said
Double
it
or
right.
Nix pushes it
She-
all back in.
She looks at you with like a smile. Very lucky. And she holds out a hand. My name's Numb. Numb
Nix.
Smugfoot.
I love Numb Snug.
I don't have a last name. It's just Nix.
Oh. Well, you can tell me if you're looking for one. And she puts 600 gold on the table. Not to take up a bunch of y'all's time, but I at least want
I'll
to
do it
this
in order this
one
time.
more
I'm
time.
having
I'll
fun.
leave them out. I'll leave
I'm
them
having
out.
fun.
All right. D4. D6. D8. D10. D12. D20.
Yeah, we'll just trust the reliable calculator here.
Nix, it's not like you're not bad at insight. You can tell about like halfway through this, like she's like laughing to herself. And I think on a normal occasion she probably would have like dropped.
Oh,
She
okay.
would have probably stepped out. You can tell that she's like deciding to stay in for the intrigue of it all. But
Normally might have left after 2 days. Got it.
yes.
That kind of vibe.
Yeah, she might have left after the first 2.
Oh,
Or the 3rd or the 4th or the 5th or the 6th. But
you mean she's not near a 44 total?
She's
No,
in
no,
it for the
no.
game.
She has a 14. The amount of ones I just rolled is insane. It was just like one.
Oh my gosh.
It was. I'm gonna tell you. I got a 1, a 1, a 3, a 1, a 3, and a
Wow.
5.
Hot diggity.
So I beat her with just my D20.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
So it sounds like you only need to put it all in one more time to get what you need here,
Yeah, exactly. I'll go
and a
the
little
full.
spending money.
Oh boy.
I might as well go the full 1200, right?
Let's put it all in.
Well, if I go all in, it's 1256 technically.
Yeah,
So
but then
I'll
you have
do
some
that.
spending money.
No, 1256 total is going in.
Okay.
I either go home with 0 or with enough money for it, guys.
Yeah.
And you know
Right.
what? At the start of today, with that
I-
nat 1 earlier, you know?
And you know what the
Would've
thing is?
been
I
nothing
still have
anyway.
15,000 of gold worth of jewelry in my pocket.
All right. D4. D6. D8. D10. D12. D20. I will be writing this one down. This one should be written down.
Calculator, do your job.
Okay.
In case you're wondering, I accidentally typed in a 3-digit number, so I'm retyping them in.
That'd make it a very big number.
It
Roll
was
300.
very high. Yeah, I got 300 somehow. Actually.
I got 702. What'd you get? Tell me when you know.
I've got my number.
Okay. I'll tell you, this is my highest number so far.
Wow.
Compared to what we saw earlier, maybe not the most impressive, but
Yeah. This is my lowest number so far.
but you've rolled pretty high, so let's see.
I got a 39.
Okay, so we have a.
Did we tie? Uh,
Oh my god! By a margin of
She's got the look.
3.
uh,
this
Low
game only
roll.
wants me to gamble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Low. I keep rolling just not very well on my like little dice, and this is the first time I actually rolled double digits on my d20, so that was cool. But
I rolled a 4 on my d4 each time.
I rolled a
It was
1 every
crazy.
time, and this time I got a 2. I was like, how exciting.
Hell
How
yeah.
exciting. It's a 2 this time. But you sort of just hear like soft like laughing next to you. That was fun. And you can see she is so completely unbothered by this.
Hmm.
Um,
What color jewels is she wearing? I'll pick out a necklace from my pile of jewelry and hand it to her as a prize
yeah.
for a
This
fun
sounds
game.
this sounds stupid, but she's definitely wearing like gem tones. Like she is wearing like
Nice.
deeper, more vibrant gems. And you just pull out a gorgeous piece of jewelry out of your bag and hand it to her.
Yep.
Where
got
I
too much
come
jewelry.
from, this is a bit of a proposal situation. And she starts like putting her necklace on.
Nix returns with a wife.
This is our wife,
I'm
Russ.
married, but I don't know how that works.
Oh. Hasn't stopped a lot of people before.
I feel like I've proposed to a lot of people in the past few days if that's how this works.
Mm.
Hmm.
Well,
Thank
here in
you for letting me
Fantasyland, there's
know.
no rules against that, so
Nix
you
is out here
know,
proposing to so many people with how much jewelry she's just been giving away willy nilly.
you're like, I kind of have a small harem going out.
I think that means I proposed to the leader of the Blind Eyes, guys.
Oh, cute.
Oops.
Hell yeah.
I'll say that was
Onwin?
a 500 gold necklace she just got. Thank you.
This seemed very very spur of the moment. Did you need money for something?
Technically, I just needed it exchanged, and I was doing a really bad job of selling the jewelry I own.
Mm. I find
My
a good
friend
way to
broke
move.
out of my friend broke out of jail, and so I have to pay for all of the damages.
Oh, that's interesting. I
Mm.
always found a good way to move money around is in art. But this, not so bad if you need something on the fly. And it seems you did need something more,
Quicker.
something
Time
that
sensitive.
I don't think they'd be accepting a big statue as payment with the local
I
constabulary.
don't think so.
Hmm.
I already fixed a wall and brought like 12 people back to life for them. So,
That is very interesting. You
thanks.
are, I'm assuming, very talented in the arcane.
That's what I've heard. I don't know if it's true.
Well, I don't think you're in need of it based on how I think the looseness of your fist, how you are with money, that you need anything. But if you ever are in the need for money
Mm-hmm.
and you're willing to put in a little time, she's going to hand you a card. And it has her name, Numb Smugfoot, on it. You can reach me this way if you're in need of something. I am a connoisseur of relics and art pieces and the like. So if you're ever in need.
So, like, going to gather stuff?
Uh,
Or do
that
you
would
want
be
to quest?
something that could be helpful. I do usually, if people want me to look at their items, I do that as well. But doing a job for me would probably include either locating an item or transporting an item if it needs protection. But
Oh, well, if it's small, I can, and I've been there before, I can take it through a tree in a day.
that sounds very helpful.
Hmm?
Well, you let me know if you're in need or just maybe
I have
the
free
de-
time, so I don't know what we're gonna be doing anytime soon. So we could probably do something. I'll talk to my friends.
Sure. Just let me know. I am sure
I'll
you'll
let
find a
them
way
know
to.
that we're doing something for my new fiance. Apparently, I'll let my husband know that we have a new fiance.
Uh, and I will be letting my partners know as well that we have someone
Yes,
coming in.
great.
Good. It was a pleasure meeting you. Let me know if you need anything.
Do you want to try to sell $14,000 worth of jewelry for me? I don't need it.
I mean, I could probably do that, but I don't know if you
Uh,
need me to.
I'll hold on to it. It's fine.
Maybe for the best. Well, I think you should get out of here. I can already see your hands itching. It's like Nyx is like trying not to push the
The
pile of
pile
coin back to
back into
she's
the
like, but what
table.
if it doubles?
What if I double the extra 500 I have so that I have $1,000 gold worth of spending money?
I have the money to play, but your luck has to run out eventually.
No, no. I'll go back to them. They should at least see me win.
Okay. All right. It was nice to meet you, Nyx.
You too. And she'll leave with money and gems still.
Yep, you basically only gain and do not trade or lose, and are able to. I'm gonna say you have to use a spell slot to get back home, but
Oh, yeah. I figured that.
but
Spent
everybody
way
else,
too long talking to shopkeepers, begging for them to buy this gem.
and they're just like, no, like you're just at the wrong shops. They're like, I cannot buy that from you.
This is the general store, please.
I sell rope and hardtack. I
Please,
don't
this
know
is a
why you're talking to
bakery.
me. I beg of
You
you.
could encrust the rope with gem.
They're like, I do not have enough money in the till to pay for a single one of these gems. You need to leave. uh, but Nyx, you pop through a tree and head back to Skull City. And I'd hate to stop Roshan in the middle of things. So I think that's where we're going to take our break. Thanks for being here. Go get a snack and a drink, and we'll be back in 10 minutes.
Thank you, Ten.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Club for episode 234 of On the Backs of Gods. I folded up my piece of paper that had all that info on it to write down gambling numbers. So that's probably right. If it's not, you'll figure it out, and I believe in you. But we're back from our 10-minute break. The party has been vaguely discussing what they would like to do in regards to this upcoming ritual that Rose, at minimum, is taking place in. Roshan, who knows what Roshan's doing? That's none of my business currently. And that conversation did not bring me any closer to knowing what Roshan is doing. Uh, tell
Yeah,
tell
hard
me that
save. It
changed
feels like
anything.
Roshan needs more information, is what it sounds like from the outside looking in.
So Roshan's heading to talk to the person who's really good at giving information, his sister Rose. So I'm sure that will clear everything up. Everybody else went out to go sell gems so that they could pay off Fenn's debt to society. Nyx instead gambled and got that money and then some, and a new acquaintance, which
She put money into a community.
you usually don't get with a 0 on a persuasion check, but that's neither here nor there. There is only
She doesn't
gambling.
need persuasion. Look at her.
I
No,
don't persuade. I just risk it all.
yeah, Nyx doesn't make friends through the persuasion skill. That is force of personality and in
You sit at a
dire
person's table.
or like tense situation. You can still be a cool person and people want to hang out with you without being a powerful force of personality in the boardroom, Uh you might even be less fun if you never know. You could be both, maybe you're not. But the party is zooming around at this time, kind of moving back in time a little bit. Is Roshan going to talk to his sister? Roshan, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I think Roshan would reach out first. He doesn't like showing up unannounced, so he would sending to his sister and ask, um, "Are you at home? I'd love to talk."
Sure.
So helpful. And then I think Roshan will. I think he'll take the long way there. By the long way, I mean walking instead of teleporting 400 feet straight up with Dimension Door. But I think the closer he gets, the lower his stomach falls until he's at her door and uh, takes too long to knock, and then will just let himself in.
You don't know how much of this just assessment is true when you walk into the space. Nothing seems moved from its original locations. Everything is where it was last time you were in the space. And it feels kind of like including Rose. Rose is sitting on that same spot on the couch, looking in this moment kind of small and frail. It doesn't really say much, like acknowledges that you have entered the space, but doesn't say anything.
I think his first inclination is to care for her, and will say, "Are you feeling okay? Is there anything I can get you?"
No.
Well, I don't know how much you've heard of our recent escapades here in the city, but I think they are winding down. And well, in an attempt to appease as many people as I can, I think I'll have to take you up on your idea and somehow transfer my power to you before the ritual. And I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet, but don't worry about it. I can handle it. I did have a question. The keeper was reading the bits of Ave that seemed too hard and has come to some unsavory conclusions. And Rose, I need you to tell me that you didn't somehow inflate the number of people that were with Bosch, the number of casualties that go directly to feeding this ritual. I need you to tell me that it was some kind of serendipity that brought the pieces together at the right time.
Rose just seems to be, you know what? Actually, roll me insight.
That's a nat 20 on
What does that add up to?
33. Can't see. Oh, you can a little bit. There it is.
Ooh. Rose seems to be making herself maybe intentionally hard to read. You can tell that like some distance, some walls are being like put up where you don't think they were before.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the truth. Is it gonna change anything? Maybe how you see me. Maybe not.
I don't think the keeper can see us right now, but they were so upset reading through Ave's, I don't know, the psychic part of his will and testament that remains. And I don't think that they would go through with it if they thought that people were killed for them. They barely want to go through with it as it is, because that means losing us, losing one of us.
What does Odin want?
The opposite of what the keeper wants. Odin would love to ascend again. Happy to play a part, though because they've been so quiet, I don't know what part of Odin we are dealing with. It's obviously a fragment, but is it the wisdom? Is it the ambition? Do they want to do this to see needs fulfilled? Or does he miss being a god? I suppose they aren't mutually exclusive, but
I'm, I guess, a little shocked that Ave, this piece of Ave, is so hesitant. I think a big reason Ave did this, from talks we had, was that he didn't trust the gods. He didn't find them helpful. He wanted something better because they weren't doing enough. And that's why we're here. And now the piece of him that was supposed to be here with us doesn't want to. And the piece that does want to was a god. And is it better to try to work with somebody who does not want this and maybe not have it at all, or work with somebody who wants this, but we may end up with maybe not the exact outcome we originally sought? But that's not what you're asking about. I didn't orchestrate Bosch's existence. I heard about him when he started migrating into the east. And you know that the gift that I gave him, he didn't use until the end. He could have used it sooner. He also probably would have been dead sooner if he did. I may have emboldened him with words. I did not direct him in any way, but to feel as if somebody in power is sponsoring you, I think, emboldens people. I also put a timeline on it. Inevitably, he would die. But I needed those deaths. Those needed to happen. I could have dealt with Bosch at any time. We had talks, not long ones, but long enough for me to do something. So it's more, I stepped back. I put a timer on it, but I stepped back because I was content with this outcome. So I think you would have had similar outcomes whether I was involved or not, but I can't say that for sure. All I know is that I allowed it to continue because I wanted it to.
I think Roshan takes that in and is quiet for a long moment before changing the subject and says, I've got a few options in raising the necessary power to contend with yours, to be equal to yours instead of dwarfed by it, and my part in this. But they all kind of suck. I suppose I've got a couple items that they might be enough if I were to render them useless and take all of their power. But I've also, well, there's your boss's spear, which I think I know would work, but we just worked so hard to save his life, and I feel like if we were to take it, all of that goodwill would go straight down the toilet, and I don't even know that I could get those closest to me on my side. Not to mention the fallout that would happen afterward. So I was hoping that you would share with me the way that you did it, the way that you have gained this power yourself, that I might do the same.
Well, if you end up going with the easier option, which I think is the spear, funny enough, I'd like a heads up. I'll have to leave. There's no way he trusts me after that. I'm not saying it's a wrong choice, but I'm saying it would certainly move up timelines on our end, and I would have to make myself somewhat scarce. If that's the path you choose, I won't assist you in taking it, but maybe there's something I can do instead if this is where you end up landing. Do I think you have an item in your possession that is powerful enough to accomplish this, unless you're carrying around many god-touched, powerful artifacts? I'm not so sure. If you have another spear in your backpack, by all means. But and when it comes to what I did, which I think is your hardest option, your most difficult option, your most painful option, the option that maybe leads to your death anyways. I can give you my notes on what I did, but what I did started with our baseline power, our markings at their original state, and that was a lot of power to have to handle and amplify within myself. The idea of doing that with a power tenfold seems incredibly difficult and complicated, and I think the likelihood of killing yourself in the process is there. But I'll give you my notes if that's what you want.
I think Roshan will grab a few items and just toss them on the couch next to her. He will take the big gaudy mirror ring off his hand and put the ring of spell turning next to her, and then reach into the bag of holding and grab the I guess both of what's her face's swords, the Defender short sword and the 9 Lives Stealer short sword, and say, this is about what we've got from our travels.
Nothing screaming God touch to me. Um, however you want to accomplish this, Roshan.
Yeah.
However you want to. Roshan, you feel that she has it is a sensation of her. This is the farthest you think she has pulled from you.
Yeah. And I think Roshan will ask her if he can grab the notes for her so she doesn't have to move.
I'll get them. And just slowly pushes herself up. Her body does seem incredibly like frail and weak as she moves through the space and disappears into a back room. And then,
Roshan, while she's away, will gather up the items that he's tossed on the couch and put them back.
But she eventually returns with a pretty thick folio and sets it down on the table before like just continuing back to her spot on the couch. I don't know how cold your feet are, but it sounds like the keepers. It's going to get worse before it gets better. It's going to get a lot worse.
Is there anything I can do for you? Magical, otherwise, to make you more comfortable?
No.
And I think before he breaks down into tears in front of her, he says, well, I'll check in again tomorrow. I'll review this and figure something out.
She doesn't respond.
And I think he would naturally reach out for some form of affection, a hug, just a clasp of the hand, but I think he doesn't, and then makes his way to the door and says, I'll see you tomorrow. And then gets outside of the door and weeps in her front yard for a little while. And this time he will use teleport to get back down to the mansion, because he doesn't want to see people on the way back. So he'll use a couple spell slots to make his way across the skull and head back to his home on the side of a rough and tumble bar.
His home is wherever he puts it.
Yeah. And then I think from there, he would start delving into the thick folio that she shared with him.
We're not going to get incredibly deep into it, but go ahead and just roll Arcana for just like the first sort of like beginning to look things over stage.
Yeah, that is 26.
Okay. It's reading very medical. Like it sounds like a procedure. And the tone of things sort of makes your skin crawl. But you begin to have time to start looking this over. Eventually, everybody can return to Worry's End. Honestly, if you're so inclined, some Fen walks up with a big bag of money and can place it at the place and be like, "Here's your money. You're welcome."
Fenn's not coming back tonight. Fenn's got 3 days of recess from the city before anybody throws up alarm bells. Fen is using the rest of his wind walk to get to the base of that mountain that he climbed last time, and he will start hiking up again to commune with Scotty.
Okay. 8 hours pass. You all return. Fen does not.
I think Roshan would let everyone into Worry's End, and probably continually check the door for the next hour before reaching out. Perhaps, I'm sure among the two that rolled well the best on asking for money could probably pay off the rest of Fenn's debts.
Oh yeah, I feel.
And then at the end of that hour, after everyone's back, I think he'll reach out and ask Fen, do you have an ETA? Will you need a pickup?
I'll be back tomorrow. I can cast Windwalk again on myself to return back. I don't need to pick up. I just have some things I need to do. I've got the money, but while I'm out, I figured I'd look into something. I appreciate it.
Roshan will use another one and say, your debts have been repaid. I suppose we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good evening.
Good night, Roshan. I'm sorry for all the problems. I'll be back tomorrow.
And I think Roshan would tell everyone, sounds like Fen is going to be out for the evening.
No.
I'm
Was he
not
having that
sure
much
where.
trouble?
It sounded like my guess is that he's with Kareen.
Oh,
wanted to
that
spend
would
the night
probably
away,
make
but-
sense. Actually, I could
That's
see. That.
really far. We weren't supposed to go to that side of the continent.
Apparently, he's got the windwalk for it. So, I mean, if nothing else, if he's got the money,
Right?
whether he got it from Kareen or not, if he wants to spend a night with Kareen, it's his business. That's all right.
That's true. I still have my gems. She'll put them on. Roshan. I gambled to get my money.
You what?
Mm-hmm. And
Wow.
I might have
That
a
checks out.
fiance too. I don't know.
You already had one.
I gave her a necklace, and she said that's how you propose to people in her culture. So, but she gave me a business card in case we want to go hunt for fancy magic items or something for her.
Oh.
Mm.
Can I see it?
Yeah. All I had to
Nana
do-
does not know how to respond to any of this. She'll look at the business card.
Did you tell
yeah.
Russ yet?
Well, no, we came here first. I have to go find him and then let him know about the day.
Ah.
But Nana, you are holding a very nice circular business card
Ooh,
with like
circular.
kind of a shimmery ink that it looks like it almost has like glitter in it.
Ooh.
It says Numb Smugfoot, connoisseur of artifacts. And then it's like under it, it says like from the mundane to the divine.
From the mundane to the divine. Huh. Would you look at that?
So
Interesting.
if we have a lot of free time, we could do a job for. She seemed like she was interested in working with me, even though I don't need the money. I guess at least that's how I seem.
Well, I suppose if we wound up being in the market for, well, we've accumulated a few magical odds and ends over the
Do we
years,
need
and
to look at divine things?
divine things. I don't know. Roshan, what kind of magic is it that you would need for making yourself more powerful? I mean, we've dealt with Loki's leg and a couple of other things.
Divine is definitely along the right lines. Um,
So I should reach back out to her.
yeah, perhaps we could reach out to her and perhaps ask to purchase something. I probably have to um, look over her wares and judge them based on if they've got enough power, because
Right. I think she wanted to send us on a job too, so we could do both maybe.
I mean, if she's sending us to a job where something happens to be powerful enough, and it's not the thing we're being sent to pick up.
It could work.
yes, I'll reach out to her tonight.
Okay, make sure you say my name though, because I didn't tell her
Right.
any of your names.
Well, we weren't there, so that tracks. That's fine. It's not like any of us but Roshan could talk to her from this distance anyway.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think Roshan will reach out with sending magic. I think to get the vibe correct, he will summon a minor illusion first and take notes from Nyx on.
Yeah. We'll do
what
like
she
a
looks
Sims custom builder right now.
create a sim for
Yeah.
Numb Smugfoot. So just so he knows more than a name to reach out, and we'll reach out and say, my friend Nyx shared your business card. We are in the market for something powerful. Could we meet you somewhere, or here in Skull City?
Any friend of Nick's is a friend of mine. It is just a smooth, raspy, sultry voice that just like moves through your ear like music. I have a couple storefronts. We could meet there. My most extensive one is in Fault Star. But the city works.
Roshan will say out loud to the gathered, her main store is in Fault Star. I could probably get us there, though that may be ill-advised. Perfect. That would be better.
Keld and I have been there.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, well, whenever we feel like going, perhaps we wait for Fen to catch up first, but if it's as simple as that, then brilliant.
So might be easiest to do tomorrow then, so Fen can travel with us, right?
Yes.
And then I can let Russ know before we leave I can update him on the whole situation.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Is he going to be? Was he prepared for multiple fiancés in the situation?
I don't know. I wasn't.
I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't have been either.
But you guys see what I realized when she told me this is I've been giving jewelry to a lot of people, and so now I feel like I need to go check in with all of them.
Oh. Huh. Well,
Yeah. So
something
maybe
to discuss with Russ. Definitely
somebody
something
should
to discuss with Russ.
someone asked Bottleneck on my behalf if there's some kind of expectation there, because I was staying there for multiple days.
Got it.
I think if there were no romantic gestures in the couple of days, then I think you're probably in the clear.
I think
Surely
that's
someone
likely.
would have said something.
I feel as though, at the very least, he might have offered to buy you a drink after you were done, or something like that.
Oh no, I was there for multiple days. Was I ever offered a drink, Jillian?
Roll
Did the man
insight.
offer to go buy you a drink or some shit?
Did Bottleneck
Well,
crack out the most expensive bottle of wine he owns?
I did get a nat 20, so that's a 30.
Hell
Okay.
yeah, girl!
Food and drink was certainly offered to you. You didn't get any romantic feelings from it, but
I'll share that. So I'm still gonna say a solid. I don't know because the whole I didn't know with Russ for a long time either.
All right, okay. Well,
Well, that's another
I
time.
I think your safest bet is talk it over with Russ, right?
Yep. Sounds
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, and you were gonna do that anyway. So, do you want any company, or would you prefer to go by yourself?
Cal, do you want to go? We have to get Goose so he can come try his sweater on once the bar is
Well, he
open.
does need a sweater.
You've got to go pick up your child from daycare
Yes.
with your
Well,
husband.
it's not daycare. That's where he lives.
Daddy daycare. No, seriously. Both of you head on, and Roshan and I, I'm sure, can hold down the fort here.
Yeah, will do. And Roshan will send a couple more sendings. One to Fen, and say, when you're ready to return tomorrow, we're off to Fault Star. How late in the day will you be?
Does Fen have any concept of where Fault Star is directionally from where he is?
Let me pull up a doodad. And by pull up a doodad, I mean just open the page because I have it up. Yeah, you're probably in a situation where you're like, Fault Star is probably southwest of where you are. If I'm just looking at a mountain deciding you're there.
Is it reasonable that he could just meet them there in the morning, or meet them there whatever early day if he, because his intention was to use the rest of his wind walk to get to the base of the mountain, whether he had any time left on it or not, and manually hike by mundane means up to a place that he thought was appropriate for prayer, and not sleep if he didn't need to. But if he can squeeze 4 hours of meditation in along the way, that's what he would do. But if it makes more sense for him to just fly there in gaseous form, then that's
Okay.
what he would do.
So, based on what I'm looking at here with just my eyeballs, Skull City is closer to your location currently than Fault Star is. Fault Star is going to take you. Who's to say? It will add to your travel time if you go to Fault Star. Less travel time if you go to the Skull. I'm gonna say you're able to get a rest in. That's none of my business. Makes sense to me. So it's up to you. I'd have to double check on the timing, but like it's
He
going
can
to
also
take
leave.
at least a few hours.
Okay, so I can be back mid-morning. Just wanted to hope to accomplish something here. Meet you in Skull City.
All right. It sounds like Fen will meet us tomorrow morning here in Skull City. I'll schedule us a meeting with this Ms. Smugfoot for around high noon, if that's okay.
Seems perfectly fine to me. I can't imagine that we'd have much else pressing.
And Roshan will reach out. Hello again, a friend of Nick's. We would love to meet you at your storefront in Fault Star tomorrow at noon. Does that work for you?
I'll be sure to put the tea on.
And I think there's a glimmer of hope for Roshan.
He's like, "Oh, please let this work," he says. "Oh, please."
Please. And then he's
Oh,
gonna
please!
go make himself depressed at learning what his sister did to herself.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Mm.
I think Nana does notice Roshan's mood is. I feel like it is not being held in very much, that Roshan is a bit down at present. Is that accurate? Okay. I feel like Nana maybe at some point brings him, like, a platter of some rations, some fresh fruit cut on there, and a little loaf that she baked in the Keld and Nick's room that looks like their parents' house, which has the full appointed kitchen and everything. And it's like a good Golunder loaf. Like, it's got that good fresh baked, like that good seedy bread smell. It's delectable. She brings him this little spread and just sort of lays it out near where he's working. Any news you'd like to share from Rose?
Um, I suppose, is there something you want to know?
Well, I don't know much about all the details, but at least broad strokes, I'm aware that it's a significant risk to both your lives, or at the very least to your well-being, and I can tell you're at war with yourself about it.
Well, originally, as written, the ritual would consume both of us, would consume us mind, body, and soul to give shape to a new deity. Um,
And that was Ave's plan the whole time.
yes. But I think Nyx threatened Rose, and I wouldn't put it past her to make good on it. And so I'm not going to participate in that way. And what I need to do is absorb more power, and then I have to fashion a ritual to give it to her.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
I'm certainly not one to appreciate the arcane intricacies of how you might be able to pull that off, but I've seen you do some incredible things. I think you can do that.
I think I can too. And this is the single most incredible working of magic that I've ever seen. And the cost is great, but most of it has already been paid.
You mean that the ritual's already been charged?
Yes, in some ways, and we lost Ave, and I've lost Rose. And I'd like to not lose more things, but it doesn't seem like the Keeper wants to play nicely with what remains of Odin. And it's just feels a little bit like choosing who to let down these days. That's the only price I have left to pay.
I think Nana sits herself down near Roshan, next to him if he's on a broad seat, and puts an arm around his shoulder.
Roshan will take out a diagram of a nasty looking syringe and just like put it in front of her, and she can see the word spine on it. And Roshan says, This is always an option too."
I'm sorry, that's supposed to go in your spine? You're supposed to stick that into your spine?
Well, maybe, I don't know.
I'd prefer you didn't.
Well, I'm sure my spine would prefer I didn't too, but
And Rose
I'd rather
already did
know.
this.
Yes, and I need to know all of our options before burning a bridge that I didn't know was available to us.
Right. Of course. We need all the options we can get, I understand that, but I'm hoping that we'll be able to find something through this contact of Nyx's that will allow us some leverage. Who's to
Well,
say?
it sounds like she was willing to drop more than $2,000 just because she was charmed by Nyx. So let's hope that translates to having power and reach enough that we could get our hands on something.
we can hope. Or she's got keen enough senses to know where to point us. If nothing else, a lead is a lead.
Yes, I agree. I just don't know how much time we have left.
I can understand that.
What Rose did to herself, she's not of a mind to reverse it, and she doesn't have much time left, so I need to be ready as soon as possible.
All right. Well, I'll be with you. I'll be beside you. I'll help any way I can. I'd rather not lose either of you. Someone's having a party out there. I think they're being rather rude. I'd rather not lose either of you. I don't want to lose anyone else either, but I think that the more I'm seeing, the more I'm beginning to feel like losing things is not the point, but it's sort of what life is. And maybe we've got to figure out how to put more things into the world than walk their way out and make them good
I'd make
things.
one small amendment and say that life isn't the things we lose, it's the things we're able to hold on to.
I think that it's a worthy thing to try to do. I'm going to do everything I can to keep a hold of you and Rose and everyone else we've got.
I'm doing my best to.
Whatever I can do, whatever I can take on, make things a little easier for you. I'll do it.
Do you want to check Fuck Your Ma's for big ass syringe?
I suppose if you're really keen on having a contingency ready to hand, I'll do it for you, but I'm not gonna like it.
Yeah, I think that's Roshan's attempt at a joke.
And Nana
He
just trying to sardonically riposte.
and it's his attempt at a joke because you can tell he's considering this. He is reading this and understanding this.
Oh boy. I know you understand the risks. I know you've seen what it's doing to Rose. I understand that there's already been a lot paid, so that this ritual will go forward. What do you want the outcome to be?
I want something, someone that could deliver us from the corruption of the world, who would stand for goodness and take care when we are unable to.
I like the idea. A caretaker, I think, is a better thing to put into the world than a war machine. I hope that this ritual brings about what you want. And I trust you to understand the meanings of what you're doing and what that means for your outcome. If you have doubts at any point, you can tell me. I'll not judge you. I've had plenty of my own.
I think that's kind of you to say, but I think everyone else doubts this more than I do. I think Rose doubts me. I think every one of our friends doubts me and doesn't want me to do this
Well, I
because
don't
of what
think
it
any
could
of us
mean
want to
for
lose you.
me. But
Exactly.
I know what this could mean for everybody, and even if I'm unable to make that sacrifice, I still want this to happen and for these sacrifices not to be in vain, to make them mean something.
Okay. I can't see the bigger picture on this one. I can't wrap my head around all these trappings of ritual and sigils and all. So I trust that you've got a good eye on this. And I trust that you've got good reason to believe that what will come out the other side will be a good payoff of those sacrifices.
I think Roshan smiles and just is confident about what he feels about it. Josh, less confident.
As confident as I can tell you are. As your friend. As somebody who might have thought of you as a sister for many, many years. A brother. Be careful. And yes, honor these sacrifices. Don't throw yourself right on the pyre too quickly.
I
Or your
don't know
sister.
why everyone thinks I'm going to.
I
I
understand
think
why
he
everyone's
grabs Nana by the
making these.
face
Oh,
and
yes, what?
says, Nyx said that she would end this before it started if I had any inkling to do that. And Nana, as easy as it would be to throw myself on the pyre with my sister, I'd rather see it done than take the easy way out.
Okay. I respect that.
Now
Well,
everyone needs to stop worrying about me. Go get a drink or something. I'm gonna read this.
right. Well, I suppose you won't mind if I go get a drink and then come back with some snacks and just sort of hang out in the corner, will you? After I check on Fuck Your Mars, of course, to see if they've got a giant fuck-off syringe.
I might need to have one special made, so you don't need to go to Fuck Your Mars.
Oh, that's so kind of you. Thanks. But you know what? Since I'm going anyway, maybe I'll see about, oh, I don't know, a big old tattoo that sort of just makes you look very ferocious. I'm sure that'll make up the difference in the strength department, right?
Yeah, that could work.
I think so. I think so. I'll start drafting it as soon as I've got a drink and a few more snacks for the both of us. I'll be back.
Okay.
Nana ruffles his hair as she stands to go, and we'll probably spend the evening just sort of coexisting in a space near Roshan and available to, like, bounce some ideas on if he chooses to.
How long is Roshan's hair at this point?
Good question.
It grew for probably 2 to 3 months at this point, so it's like more than 2 inches. Not super
Yeah.
long, but
Yeah.
enough
I,
to ruffle.
yeah. Fluffing.
Has he kept up with dyeing the roots, or is it
Oh,
just
yeah.
frosted tips?
Roshan, frosted tips is not even in Roshan's vocabulary.
Of course not. Perish the thought.
He doesn't sleep, so he uses a couple hours to get beauty rest, which means re-dyeing his hair every morning.
We're a long way off from 2001, so
uh,
Uh, while you two are existing in this space, Rashawn, it is more apparent to you. Nana, the longer you stay in the space, it starts to become apparent to you of a third entity in the space with you. So there's the two of you and a third thing. Roshan, you are very aware it is Odin, but you are not picking up on any like imposing or heightened energy from him. It is not like he skulks in the corners angry and like a caged animal. It's almost as if he is just almost kind of doing what Nana's doing, just casually existing in the space. Like it seems simply at work, but just coexisting quietly.
I think Roshan will just let that happen and savor the closeness while he can still get it.
Mm-hmm.
can Nana? I cannot believe Nana can distinguish between the different invisible shadows that hang out around Roshan. So I don't know if she can tell if this is either one of them specifically based on vibes or energy,
I
but
don't think you've ever spoken to Odin.
no. Not spoken to Odin. Have spoken to the keeper, so
I mean, go ahead and roll insight.
eh,
Don't take your advantage.
will not
Um,
take my advantage on this one. No. That's fortunate. Pretty good roll. With 23.
Okay. Um, First off, you have no way to be sure. You
Yeah, no.
can't see this thing. It is just the sense of like when you know someone else is in the room is what you're picking up on. And by the fact that you can't really see anyone, you can only assume that it might be some essence, some aspect of the shadow. And the energy seems calm, which is something you picked up with the keeper. Um, but also from what Roshan has been telling you, it seems that the keeper is upset. So either
Which
the keeper has chilled out, which is
Mm-hmm.
possible,
Hmm.
or perhaps this is Odin, but also the energy of like calm. You have to decide if you associate that with Odin. It may be something that you do or not, but
Mm.
I'm going to say with a 23, you are being you are like this entity is just it does seem like just casually existing in the space.
Mm.
You are being observed.
Hmm. Neat.
That is something you certainly feel. You're like,
Hmm.
this person is watching me, not constantly, but there are moments where you're like, I am definitely being observed.
Mm. Okay.
And it was made clear that it is very likely that Odin heard every single thing y'all talked about earlier.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. And so, Nana, knowing all of that, I think will opt not to directly ask Roshan who's wandering around the space, but she will maintain kind of a quiet vigil and I think that she'll meditate and journal and just be a quiet companion in the space.
Okay. Keldon, Nix, what are you doing?
Going to Russ's place. You
Okay.
know, as one does.
Yeah.
I think Nix has a lot of explaining to do.
We have to tell him all about the day.
Hmm.
Sure. You meet Russ back at, I guess, y'all's place. You keep calling it Russ's place, but I guess it's
It's
Our
really now
place.
all three of us
it's
now.
it's all of your space.
Yeah, we've moved in.
At least three.
Yeah.
There might be
Oh,
other spouses involved.
unclear. Um Hey, welcome back.
We have to update you on all the things from the day. Not gonna leave anything out. Should just go through it
Cat's
all.
couch.
Right. So I don't know if we have a fiance now. She said that that's how that worked.
Huh.
That's what I said.
Well, I suppose if you're going to see her later, you can confirm. I haven't really met her yet, so like it's hard for me to really put my 2 cents in.
Do you want to go to the meeting and meet her?
Uh I kind of can't leave the city right now.
Um,
But um
well,
I'm currently leaning that she isn't our fiance. But if she
okay.
believes she's our fiance, then maybe we should all three have a conversation and like see if that's like working for us. That wasn't something I was considering, but
I
and he just sort
wasn't
of
either,
shrugs.
but then she said it, and I was a little lost.
Do you want her to be our fiance?
I really only talked to her for like 10 minutes, so I don't think so. But I don't know.
Um, well, maybe let her down gently after you get what you're looking for, perhaps.
Right. That makes sense.
Also, I know you don't exactly pick up on this very easily, but
Mm.
sometimes just people, I think, fuck with you, and I think you take it seriously. So it's possible she was sort of fucking with you, but I was not there to see it, so I don't know.
You might be right. Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
so just sort of feel it out next time you see her.
It could have been a joke.
It
Yeah,
might have been.
if she's talking like wedding plans and like moving in and like, kids, then maybe we should all figure something out.
Got it. That'd be really fast.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure we're ones to talk, so
Well, that was like less than the time it takes to eat dinner. And we knew each other for at least a few months.
that's true. I mean, we didn't see each other in some of those few months, but still,
Still, time passed.
that's true. Time still has passed. Um, I don't want this to leave this room,
Okay.
but this is, I don't know if this is something you could possibly just use to your advantage if need be. Or it's just maybe a feather in your cap, which I think is maybe the best way to take it. Um, so when Sindri was at the meeting that you all started, um, he took me aside and asked me to do something for him, to either confirm or deny some of his concerns. Um, he is concerned about the spear and thinks you are going to take it. Not you specifically, just the royal you. Um, and the moments when he's not there, I've been staying at the house watching. And that was probably the most pointed moment of I need you to watch this, as they know I am not home. They know that this is available to them. Um, so currently it's a good tally in your direction that nobody walked in. I don't know how emotionally ready I was going to be if someone did, but I know where my loyalty stands in that, and would have done what I needed to do. But I was also a little convinced somebody might show up, but no one did.
So many bubbles. So many bubbles.
This man's bubbling.
Keld's stress bubbling over here in the corner.
I feel like we all need a stress bubbler.
We we passed the stress bubbler around.
Bubble, bubble, pass.
So, that's something sort of in your favor that's occurred, mostly in your companions' favors. I think you and Keld are pretty good. But that fear is not fully assuaged. So,
That spear does weird stuff, so that probably doesn't help either.
no, he's certainly different than he was once. But so are a lot of people.
He's not carrying it around a lot, is he? Because it like tried to attack my brain from touching it for 2 seconds.
No, most of the time it's on the wall.
Okay, good.
On occasion, he has asked me to come over if he wanted to take the spear off the wall and examine something, so that somebody else was there. He seems to be trying to handle it, I guess, in the most safe and scholarly way he can, but it seems like a cursed thing. And even though I don't think there's anything I could say to change his mind on what's going on with it. And even if I don't like it, if someone had walked through that fucking door, but that didn't happen. So
This is good to know.
So I'd prefer you didn't tell them, though, that situation occurred.
Right.
The spear is mostly never unattended. So maybe if that does sound like something, maybe you can help prevent that from being, from proving him right. I'd love for him to be very wrong about this.
Us too. It'd be great if they could be on at least okay terms.
I think he's struggling a bit with that.
Yeah.
I think Dagwood being here has made things worse for him mentally. But
Maybe we could
I
all
don't know.
go back to Demwoods, and maybe he needs to leave the city for a bit. He could go meet everybody.
If you are
How long is
able to
Dagwood
convince
going to
him
be
to
here?
do that. What was that, Keld?
How long is Dagwood going to be here?
I don't know how it ends. I haven't exactly been clued in on that. Does Dagwood just get to leave or not? I don't know. But I think it's almost to a place where he doesn't need her working. I think she's almost done with the aspect of the lanterns that she was working on. But I'm sort of lost on all of that. I can't really. The thing is, it's hard to check in on her. So I think his paranoia on that is justified. We just don't have enough hands for somebody to be watching her 24/7.
It's interesting that she was here in the first place, but yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I don't understand half of what's going on right now, so
Mhm.
I mean, I worked very hard to get her here, but I regret it, not in the sense of getting her here, but what it's doing to Sindri.
Mhm.
Um, I don't think she's a good person. She seems, I don't want to toss the word evil around, but it's if I was going to make a tier list of the people I knew and how evil I thought they were, she would certainly be higher on the list than lower on the list.
mm,
I don't know. Maybe once she's done with her job, you can like stage something where they break her free and they just send her back where she came from. And she's not here anymore and he can calm down. I don't know.
Yep. I think just, I don't know. I wish he had just that he didn't have to work with Dagwood and that he didn't have to work with Rose. I think he was able to suspend his disbelief on Rose. But now that Dagwood's here, I think it's, I don't think he trusts anyone really. But maybe he's right. I don't know.
Well, maybe we can talk to him about getting out for an afternoon.
Sure.
After we go on this trip, though, to
Yeah, no, that seems
go look
pressing.
at expensive things.
Yeah, sure. I'm sorry, is that sock like the perfect length for our son? And he pulls the goose snake out of just a, a basin.
Yes.
Wow. Oh, see, this is better. Now I don't have to touch his disgusting skin.
It's just soft and woolly.
This is nice. I
We
can
might
work with
have to get
this.
a few, but
Oh, yeah, so that like when the other one's cleaning, that he's not
mhm.
naked. Uh, anything else from Keldon Nix?
I don't think so. Play board
Okay.
games.
Yeah, you guys vibe. Um, Fen, tell me about your adventure into the woods.
I think Fen very deliberately hikes up the mountain rather than flying there, as he could have easily done. And when he reaches a spot that feels right, he's just going to pray to Scotty. Um, Previously, I have not asked anything besides your help in sending aid to fight Bosch. But now I ask for your knowledge and wisdom. I hope just to talk to you. And he'll just wait and see if there's a response.
Uh, you sit in the quiet, never silent aspect of nature, where this is its the natural state, which is quiet but never silent. Um, and you know that Scotty exists in that space. You're welcome to try to continue speaking to her because if it is Scotty, she is always there. She is present between the trees. So you're welcome to strike up a conversation and see if response is given in any way.
I've met several gods, corporeally or otherwise, in my travels, and none of them have been entirely benevolent. My concern is with the issue that my friend is dealing with, where there might be an aspect of the Allfather lurking in the background, ready to return. And my concern is, in the readings I have done, penned by man rather than informed by divine knowledge and first-hand experience, the Allfather seems to be duplicitous, self-enriching, sometimes capricious. And I'm concerned that a thing that my friend might do might return him to at least a certain aspect of his former power. And I want to know, as someone who has met him and dealt with him as a peer, is he dangerous in that aspect? Is he as hegemonic as he seems to be from the writings? Is he a foe? Or should he be given an opportunity to return to existence, at which maybe he could potentially return to his supremacy at the top of the hierarchy?
Roll survival for me. I didn't ask when you climbed the mountain. I'd just love to see how that also went. How casual of a climb.
22.
Not bad. You sit in this space, and thus far you have never heard the voice of Scotty. You have only in these moments had thoughts come to you, things that you already knew, experience you've already had. And your experience in nature surrounds you. Something familiar that you understand. Winter. Harsh. Frigid. The animal corpses that end up frozen in the snow. In some cases, can't be touched by corruption that way. In some ways, they are safe and held, and in some ways, corruption is intensified if something were too close to the soil and held beneath until the thaw of summer. Winter is harsh, and you know that. You know all aspects of winter. But when it comes to nature, things change. And you watch as like a large plop of snow sort of slips off of a branch and lands on the ground. That eventually the snow will melt, and the grass will turn green, and the flowers will bloom. You know winter, and it always changes. It always turns into something new. Flowers. You know, at least from your readings, your stories around fires, that this is who you think Odin is. You have your idea of who this person is from stories. That does not mean they are incapable of change. Odin could go from winter to flowers. But you also know it'll always come back to winter. It just depends how far along things get. How far will Odin go with change, or if there has been any change? You're either getting Odin as you know him, or Odin who has changed. You just don't know which yet.
I think Fen will file that away in his uncertain category,
Mm-hmm.
and he'll have to dwell on that for a while to understand the nuance there, and
Mm-hmm.
he'll just spend a few hours in quiet reverence until it's time to take his meditation, and when it is, he'll use the prayer beads to windwalk again and meet his friends back the next morning in Skull City.
Okay. And if nobody has anything else, eventually you will all lay down to sleep and can have your long rest. But if there's something else before then, please let me know. Okay.
Nana prays before she sleeps. That's it. Nothing
Okay.
else.
You all lay down, rest, and it is the next day. And you are going to the capital of the continent. And that's where we're going to stop for today. Thank you all for being here. If want keep up with us, you
You know
can
you
follow us.
do.
If want us, yeah, keep up with me, yeah. uh,
Yeah.
you can follow us at Backs of Gods on Instagram, and if you want to keep up with all of us, we are at the Dice Cult on Instagram, Blue Sky, and Facebook. Did I do socials today? No, I didn't. Fight me. But
Boo.
there's nice pictures over on Instagram if you're interested,
Oh,
and on
yes.
Blue Sky we keep you posted about when things be happening. So you can
Uh-huh.
follow us there for deets. If you go over to youtube.com/the Dice Cult, you can watch all past episodes of On the Backs of Gods, and including past episodes of the Gossamer Vale run by Katie, a Celtic mythology inspired campaign. Currently, we are dealing with some local bandits, and maybe we're the local bandits that you find along the way. Um, we'll see what happens. Maybe we'll be bandits. Maybe we'll be
Friends
bandits
could
with
be
cloaks.
bandits.
Hey, you all could be bandits.
We could be
We
could be
could be
bandits, or we
bandits.
could be bandits.
We could be anything we want.
Yeah, just
Hey,
let me
follow
know.
your heart.
Could be bandits.
But if you're interested in following our path to banditry or banditry, you can catch up on YouTube, or watch every other Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitch. Not this Thursday, no, but
No,
the
no,
next
no.
Thursday, you
Yes,
can
yes,
join
yes.
us. I think we're at a beautiful little festival, and we're all having a good time. And then maybe we go be bandits. Unclear. If you want dice that
Uncertain.
Dunwut are good at gambling, you can buy some of Katie's dice.
They love to tell a story
There'll
and
be a
gamble.
link in the chat and the box
Listen,
below.
I did a round right after we were on break, and they were really bad.
Huh.
All
They love to tell a
30s.
story,
It's 'cause
but
you
only
weren't
around
gambling.
people.
I wasn't actually
Exactly.
gambling, and they're like,
You
"Oh, we
weren't
can be
gambling.
bad now."
You weren't there to entertain people. You weren't
Yeah.
online. You weren't
So
on.
my dice
on
are here for
camera.
gambling.
Yeah. So if you
But
want
you'll
gambling
yeah.
dice, thank you for being here. We appreciate it. We love telling you a story. We'll be here same place, same time, Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll see you guys next time. Good night, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Thanks for joining us, cultists.